And this class is multi-level, so I will be sure to offer variations in the poses and make sure that you're able to do your own practice as well. So sometimes I'll say, if you know other variations, go ahead. And I really do mean that. So thank you. And find a comfortable seat if you're not already muted. I think just make sure that you are. Hi, Katie. All right, so begin to find your seat, straightening the spine, chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head reaches to the space above you. And if you feel comfortable, close the eyes, and if that doesn't feel right at this time, just have a soft gaze upon the floor. And begin to tune into your natural breathing. Become very curious about the breath and see it enter and leave you in a beautiful cycle, like waves on the ocean. Sometimes when you become still, the mind becomes busy. This is very normal. It's searching, looking for something to do. So just notice that and come back to your breathing. Now we'll do some calming breathing, inhaling for a count of 3, exhaling twice as long. When you exhale, exhale through the mouth like you're blowing out a candle or just like a sigh. Exhale to begin. Draw in as much air as you can now. 1, 2, 3. Open up the mouth, let it go. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Open up the mouth, let it go. Again, in, breathe in all the best energy. Exhale, cares and worries. One more like that on your own. In for 3, out for 6. Return to natural breathing. Bring your hands together and begin to rub them vigorously, generating some energy and friction. And then either hold them at the center of your chest or bring them over your heart. Take a moment to dedicate your practice. This could be to anyone or anything that you feel connected to. And throughout the class, remember this dedication. Okay, come to stand in your yoga space. Make sure that there's nothing you can bang into. And find your feet. So finding all the parts of your feet, noticing if you are holding weight either in your heels or in your toes or even in the sides or in the ankles, and try to evenly distribute the weight. Bring your arms out to a T and lift up onto your toes, lift the arms above the head, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, come down, the heels come down, toes lift. Do this very intentionally. Come up on your toes, lifting the heels, arms up. Exhale, come down, lift the toes. Again, reach up. See if you can come all the way up on your toes and release. Come down, lift the toes, you're on your heels. Very good. Separate your feet a little bit. Hold opposite elbows and begin turning side to side. The knees are soft here so that you don't get injured. Even the head is turning unless it makes you dizzy. If it makes you dizzy, just look straight ahead. Now add breath to this if you'd like, a forceful exhale. Good. Now slowly come to a stop. Lift the arms above the head, bring the feet together, side bend. Doesn't matter which side. Back to center, side bend, opposite side. Keep doing this motion side to side, but don't let the abdomen go. The abdomen is supporting the back. Very good. Then come back to center. Fold forward, separate the feet slightly, ragdoll. Let everything hang here. Maybe you release the arms or just stay with the cradling. Sway back and forth, nod the head yes, shake the head no. Allow there to be some release here. Very nice. Slowly walk the hands out, lift the hips, downward facing dog. In your first down dog today, going to move around a bit. So bending one knee and then the other. Maybe both knees at the same time. And then wagging your tail, that feels good. Again, you want to try to let go here. So see if you can take the tension out of the neck by bringing the belly button toward the spine, the chest toward the thighs. Now take your feet wide, the width of the mat for a modified down dog. Walk your hands a little bit back towards your feet. Take your right hand on the outside of the left ankle or calf or even near the knee if you can't reach farther down. Revolved down dog. Try not to hold the breath. Look under the left armpit if possible. Slowly switching sides. Left hand outside right ankle, calf, or any part on the leg. Look over or under the right armpit. You can bend the knees a little bit if you have trouble getting this turn. Very slowly walk out into a plank, shoulders over wrists. You can take modified if needed. On the left-hand side plank, the left knee is down, right arm lifts. Just warming up here. If you want to take it into a full side plank, go ahead. Reach the arm over the ear and look under the arm, just like we did before. Maybe you lift your top leg. And now switch, so on the right hand side plank, the right knee can be down, stacking the shoulders, or stack the feet. Maybe you lift the top leg. Arm reaches over the ear, and see if you can look under the armpit. Return to center, press into the hands, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Remain in your down dog now again. See if you can find a way to be still. Once you start move around a bit, find stillness. Look forward, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Bring your hands together, feet together. Roll up, one backbone at a time. Lift the arms above the head. And then hands the center of the chest. We'll do one round of Hatha Sun salutations. If you need to modify, no problem. Raise the arms up and go back. Forward fold. Fingertips in line with the toes. Step the right foot back, take the knee to the mat, sink the hips, low lunge. Plank. Lower down, knees, chest, chin. Cobra or the up dog. Downward facing. Right foot all the way forward, back knee down, sink the hips. Left foot meets right, forward fold. Palms together, go up and back. Hands to the heart. Keep moving like a dance, up and back. Forward fold. Left foot steps back, knee down, low lunge. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra or the up dog. Downward facing. Left foot forward. Forward fold. Palms together, go up and back. Hands to the heart. Very good. We'll do a second variation now. Raise the arms up. Forward fold. Brush the fingertips. Maybe hold your hands behind the back. If you can't get them, that's okay. Pull the knuckles over the head. Lay your chest on your thighs. Either with the hands or without. Step the right foot back. Sweep the arms up. Kapyasana. Now bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Lift the right arm. Easy triangle. Switch, right hand down, left arm lifts. Now frame the foot, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing. Right foot forward, lift the arms, Kapyasana. Spring forward, brush the fingertips, hold the hands and stretch. Release the palms, go all the way up and back. Bend the knees right back down, brush the fingertips, hold the hands, pull the knuckles over the head, stretching your shoulders. This time the left foot steps back, sweep the arms, Kapyasana, low lunge. You can tuck the back toes, bring the right hand in the inside of the right foot. Easy triangle, just for a breath. And then switch, left hand down, right arm lifts, twist. Frame the foot, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing. Left foot forward, arms up, one more, Kapyasana, lunge the hips. Spring forward, brush the fingertips, hold the hands and stretch. Release the palms, go all the way up and back. Hands to your heart. Stay here. After a lot of movement, trying to remain grounded. Finding your feet again, all the parts of the feet. Now, the toes are together, heels are slightly apart, arms are behind the head. Interlace the fingers, open the elbows. And then just notice, you may be doing like a back bend like this. Try to take that out. Neutral pelvis, even tucking the tailbone a little bit. Sit down and back as if you're sitting in a chair. Squeeze the lower abdominals and open your chest. I know it's not pleasant. Hang in there. Now step the right foot back, keep your hands the way they are, open the chest, Kapyasana. Keep opening the chest. This is going to help you get more flexible. You can take any arm variation you like here, but let the weight of the head gently help open your elbows wider. Lift up and out of the waist, slide the left foot back, untuck or tuck the right toes. Right arm by the ear. Bring the arm across the body. Maybe come into prayer. If this is too much for you, just stay more upright. Easy for you, lift the back knee and take revolve side angle. You can do any variation here. Maybe you take a bind or split the arms. Keep turning. Slowly unwind, bring your hands near the mat or on blocks or tent your fingertips. Take your left heel to the floor and rock back and forth, helping the hips open. And then take your half splits, the forehead toward the shin, nose toward the knee. Notice your hips, have them level. I have my windows open so we can hear the rain. It's very nice and relaxing. It's a cleanse. Slowly bring the left foot down, frame the foot, step back. You can keep the left leg lifted, chaturanga, or regular chaturanga or knees chest chin, cobra or up dog, and downward facing. Stay here or take rest in child's. Every time you arrive in the down dog, try to go a little deeper. Learning how to stretch your shoulders so that you can have more mobility there. The knees can be a little bent. Now bend the knees on purpose, look forward, walk, step, or jump to the top of the mat, chair pose. Arms behind the head, like we did on the other, or before the other side. Sink low, open the chest, squeeze everything. Think of something pleasant because this position is not pleasant to hold the body in. Think a little deeper. Now step the left foot back, left knee down. Kapyasana, your right foot's forward. Open the chest. Stay here. If you have any pain in your lower back, back off a little bit, but also engage your front body. That will help. Support the back bend. If you feel good, go a little further. Now lift up and out of the waist, slide the right foot back, square off the legs, tuck the back toes. Left arm by the ear, bring the arm across the body, almost to the shoulder. Hands the center of the chest and turn. If you feel balanced, lift the back knee. You're on the ball of the back foot. Turn. If you have another variation like splitting the arms or taking a bind or half bind, feel free. Break the pose, come down into the half split, the heels on the floor, toes face up. Before you land, rock back and forth, being careful of the hamstring. It's still early. Then the heel comes down, toes face up. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. If you have any sort of pain at your attachment area here, keep your right knee bent. Tent the fingertips or even come upright if you're having trouble getting down. And then slowly break the pose, step back. You can keep your right leg lifted for a three-legged chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Stay here or take child's. Take a few moments to return to your breath. Inhale, open up the mouth, exhale. Take a deep breath in, breathe in all the best energy. Exhale all the cares and worries. One more like that. 3 for good luck. Breathe in. Open up the mouth. Let it go. Very good. If you're not in down dog, meet us there. Step your left foot forward, warrior 1. Don't be afraid to take a big step here. Keep your hips facing front and the front knee is bent. Hands can be at the center of the chest or lift the arms. See your thumbs or look forward. And become the warrior. Virabhadrasana 1. Guys look great. Keep lifting through the side body as the lower part of the body grounds. Come to the ball of the back foot. Hands the center of the chest, or bring the hands behind the back. Preparing for the toppling tree. The chest toward the thigh. Float the right toes, and eventually the right leg lifts high. There's a little cobra action in your spine, opening the chest and pulling the arms away from the back. Lift the leg to the limit. Now bring your left hand in front of the left foot, half moon. You might need to use a block or tent the fingertips or a water bottle. Your right hand can stay on your hip. And then eventually stack the shoulders. Lean back slightly. If you'd like, you can bend your top leg, hold the ankle, and kick into the hand. Candy cane. Keep turning the chest. With grace. Big step back, warrior 2. The knees over the ankle and settle. Look over the front middle fingernail. See the future there. Side angle pose. Forearm or elbow to the thigh. Right arm over the ear. Turn the chest. If you have other variations of this pose, go ahead. That could include a bind. Slowly return to the warrior 2. Flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. Bring the front leg to straighten. Reach forward, Trikonasana, triangle. The hand on the inside of the ankle or shin, other arm lifts. If it bothers your neck, just look down. This is a nice modification here. If you're straining to look at your upraised thumb, just look down and you remain in alignment. Right arm brings you back up, all 10 toes in the same direction. You might widen your stance a bit, preparing for a forward fold with wide legs. We're going to add some arms to it. So arms out to a T. Begin to hinge at the hips. Wrap your right arm under your left arm for eagle arms. If it's hard for you, maybe just hold your shoulders, or you can just cross your elbows. Now fold forward. Let the weight of the arms help to pull you down a little bit more. The head also is down. Unwind the arms, catch your hips, halfway lift, stay here, and then come all the way up. Move your left toes forward, step your right foot in and to the right. Not a lot, not as close as we do for the pyramid. Preparing for the revolved triangle. So bring your left hand to your hip, right arm by your ear. Begin to hinge forward, straight back. And then when you cannot reach anymore, you bring the right hand outside of the left ankle or calf. You can use a block here. Left arm lifts. It's not a very natural position, so you have to try to find a way to make it comfortable. Revolve triangle. Optional to walk the right hand forward and lift the right leg for a revolved half moon. Very carefully step back, frame the foot, plank, lower down chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, cobra or up dog, downward facing. Remain here or take child's. Smooth breathing now. Step the right foot forward, warrior one. The knees over the ankle, palms together, see your thumbs. In the standing poses, you want to make sure you're feeling all the parts of your feet. Sometimes your toes may be crunched up, we don't realize it. So just notice the feet and build your foundation from the ground up. And then your pose starts to be integrated and lifted. Come to the ball of the back foot, interlace the hands behind the back or hands the center of the chest. Chest toward the thigh, float the left leg for the toppling tree. Point the upraised toe and lift the leg to the limit. Your standing leg can be bent at first and then it works to straighten. Beautiful. Pull the arms away from the spine. Release the hands, look ahead of your right foot, bring the right hand down, left hand to the hip, half moon. You can use a prop here or tent the fingertips. Left arm lifts. Now, make sure your left glute and quadricep are strong. And then lift from your hip to get a little bit more length through your left leg. That's it. Point your toes. Now, without making a lot of noise, big step back, warrior two. Knees over the ankle, arms extend, look over the fingertips. Settle. Side angle pose, forearm or elbow to the thigh, left arm over the ear. Keep turning. Notice if maybe since the beginning of the session, you're able to turn a little bit more, helping the chest and the shoulders open. If you have another variation, go ahead. Return to the warrior two. Flip the right palm, reverse your warrior, keep the front knee bent, and then bring it to straighten. Reach forward, triangle. Hand on the inside of the ankle or shin, now turn. You can take a half bind even if you like with your left hand. Otherwise, lift the left arm. Become the triangle. Left arm brings you back up, all 10 toes in the same direction for the forward fold. Arms out to a T. Fold forward. We're switching arms. Left arm under right, or if you did the other side, just switch sides. Hold the shoulders if you can't get the bind, or you can even just hold your elbows or cross your elbows. And then fold forward. Crown of the head tries to get closer to the mat. Even though you're holding your shoulders in an awkward position, the weight of their arms will help you to stretch. And the gravity helps, of course. Slowly unwind, halfway lift, hands to the hips, stay here. And then use the abdominals to stand up. Move your right toes forward, step your left foot in and to the left. Not a lot, it definitely depends on the length of your leg, so it doesn't have to be dramatic. Left arm by the ear, right hand to the hip. Now physically hold your right hip and help it hinge forward. Feel what that feels like. Keep it in that plane, and then the left hand outside of the left ankle. Don't let your right hip lift. Right arm lifts. Revolve triangle. If it bothers your neck, just look down. Otherwise, look at your upraised thumb. Optional to take the revolved half moon. The left hand comes forward, left leg lifts. And slowly step back. You can come through a vinyasa or just lift the hips, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high, point the toe. Bend the knee and open the hip. And bring your left knee next to your left wrist. Slide the right leg back for the pigeon. Before you land in the pigeon, walk your hands back, lift up from the pelvic floor, and take proud pigeon. So maybe even move your hands back closer to your hips. And then before you come all the way down, see if you can come onto your forearms. Don't recline yet, stay here. We're gonna do a little exercise. So on your forearms, you're then going to press into your hands and take like a cobra, but you're in the pigeon position. And then lower down. Press into the hands, take a cobra, pigeon, and lower down. Last one, lift. And then you can walk your hands all the way out, recline. Forehead down. Notice if you're leaning. It's very natural to lean. Some people lean to the left, some people lean to the right. So just find the pelvis neutral and stay in your pigeon. Slowly pushing up, swing your right leg around and stack your shins like fire logs for the double pigeon. So the heel or the ankle is over your knee, the knee is over the other ankle. Now see how there's a space here. This is very natural. You can put a pillow or a blanket or a towel there or a block. Eventually it will settle down a bit. Move your sitting bones back. So optional to walk your hands forward. If that is not happening, like if you have very tight hips, just rest your forearms on your knee and your ankle. And then you're giving yourself a little self-assist. Close the eyes and stay. If you're fully reclined, try not to rest there. Just have it still be active, but you're in a reclined position. Slowly breaking the pose, stepping back to downward facing dog. Lift the left leg, and bend the knee and open the hip. If you'd like, optional to flip your dog. Come into the wild thing. Everyone coming back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high, point the toe, we'll do the other side. The right knee next to the right wrist. Remember, before you recline, you're going to be working on that proud pigeon. So walk the hands back. You can press into sort of the outer thigh and your shin to lift. Open the chest. Stay here, engage the root chakra, Mula Bandha, lifting up and in. And then come down onto the forearms. On your forearms, again, notice if you're leaning to one side and stay level. From your forearms, press into your hands, Cobra pigeon, and lower. Cobra pigeon, and lower. Last one, push up, and then recline. Come all the way down. The forehead can rest on the mat. You can make a pillow for your head, or reach the hands all the way forward. Again, notice if you're leaning. Try to stay active here. Slowly coming back up. Swing the left leg around so that it's on top of the right. Stack the bones here. So if you never feel anything in this pose, it might just be that you're taking the easy pose, which looks like this. So you have to really line up the joints here. The knee and the ankle are in line on both sides. Move your sitting bones back. If you're not feeling anything, that probably means that your hips are okay and open, and you can recline all the way forward. If this is very intense and sensational, then you're just going to be upright or bring your hands to the sides or come all the way down here on your joints. This will be a little bit more intense. If it starts to get easy for you, you can walk your hands forward. Not easy for me. Isn't it beautiful? In all the poses, you have an opportunity to explore and find ways to find comfort, but yet stay active. The reason why you try to find comfort is so you can stay a little bit longer, even when it's challenging. Okay, slowly coming out. That's a good one to do on your own if you ever have time. Stepping back to downward facing dog, lifting the right leg, bending the knee, opening the hip. Optional to flip the dog and take the wild thing. Or you can even come into wheel if you're ready. And then come back. Take the knees wide, child's pose. Sit down and back, forehead down. Come up a bit, so you're up more on your knees. The hips are over the knees. Walk the hands forward for the puppy pose. So for the puppy pose, this is a shoulder exercise. So the hands reach forward, the head is on the mat, or eventually the chin and the chest melt down. If you have blocks, this is a nice modification to have your hands on blocks. Now come up into the tabletop. Move your left hand a little bit closer to the mat, in the middle of the mat. Lift the right arm and thread it through. So you're going to be laying on your right ear and right shoulder. Let's turn this way so you can see me. Now from here, your left arm is over your ear, or bring it behind you and hold your inner hip or inner thigh. Optional to balance. So you're going to be lifting the left leg, balancing on the right. Be careful of your shoulders. If they're not healthy, you're not going to do this. But it's a little fun balance. Otherwise, you just stay in your thread the needle and relax here. Unwind, lifting the right arm and replacing. Move the right hand a little bit center, left arm lifts, thread it through. So now you're laying on your left ear and your left shoulder. The right arm reaches over the head, over the ear, and touches the floor. Make sure your hips are high. Easy for you, reach the right hand around and hold your hip or your inner thigh to the shoulder. Stretch. Maybe work on balancing, lifting the right leg like a tail. Be careful. No need to get injured doing fancy things. Slowly unwind, reach the left arm up, and come back to the tabletop. Tap out the tops of your feet. Tuck the toes, walk forward, lift the hands forward, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Look forward, walk, step, or jump, feet together, hands together. Roll up, one backbone at a time. See your thumbs. And then bring your hands to the center of the chest. Close your eyes and notice the effects of your practice so far. There could be benefits in the physical body. Maybe you feel a little bit more settled mentally. No judgment and no right or wrong answer, just notice the effects. If your mind is still busy, that's okay. You're going to concentrate on balancing now. Standing on the left foot first. You can use the wall if you need help with the balance. The right foot is in a little kickstand, inner calf, inner thigh, or half lotus for the tree. If you get the half lotus, you can hold your foot with your left hand or reach around with your right hand and see if you can hold your toes. Left arm lifts. Could use a strap here too. Or take any variation of tree you like. I like to squeeze the arms behind the head and see if I can get even taller. Slowly release, switching sides. Right foot is on the mat, left foot in any variation of the tree. Finding your positioning. Make sure your left hip is opening, but your hips are level. If you want to take the bind, go ahead. Lift the arm. To get the bind, you have to kind of maybe even lean forward a little bit and then reach around to get your foot. And then you can stand back up. Lift the right arm. That's it. Good job. Any variation of the tree, look up, remember your offering. And slowly release. Very good. Shake the arms and legs out. Okay, next is this, you're going to maybe need your strap for the neck. So we're going to do the half Titibhasana standing, which can lead to some standing balances like Bird of Paradise. So if you already know how to do that, you may not need the strap. But if you have the strap nearby, it's going to help you get the bind. So you're going to be folding forward. Your feet are a little bit wider than your hips. You're going to fold forward and sit down like you're sitting in a chair. Your left shoulder underneath of your left knee. Try to make contact there. Reach around and try to bring your hand close to your hip. Then you might need the strap to get the hand. So you're binding under the left leg. Now look over the right shoulder. Try to straighten the leg. The outside leg will go straight first and then the inside leg. The one you're binding. If this is very easy for you, you might try to stand up. How do you even do that? You squeeze. So squeeze the thigh toward the rib cage and then begin to lift. Eventually the standing leg gets straight. You can even try to straighten the leg that's bound. Open the chest. If you can't stand up, don't worry, just stay here stretching, looking over your shoulder. And then slowly unwind, coming down, taking a ragdoll for a few breaths, resetting. And then we'll switch sides. So begin to sit down, duck the right shoulder under the right knee. Try to get the joints lined up here. Reach around and try to hold the hands behind the hip. Use a strap maybe. Once you get the bind, move the feet a little closer to one another. If you have sore hamstrings or anything like that, don't straighten the legs, but you're working toward that. Look over the left shoulder and turn. Maybe you begin to stand up. So to stand up, you're shifting weight to the left side. Squeeze the right leg toward the rib cage and lift. Open your chest. That's it. Maybe you work on straightening the leg. Mine doesn't go straight. Good job, Callie. Slowly unwind. Take ragdoll. Hold the elbows, sway back and forth. You can move the strap to the side. Bring the hands to the mat, step back, come into the plank. We'll lower all the way down to the abdomen on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Belly down. Take the feet wide, the width of the mat. Fingertips in line with the breastbone or chest area, elbows up. Rolling cobras. Keep the pelvis down and the legs are active, so don't let them be spaghetti. There's lots of strength through the legs. Exhale the breath. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4. Lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4. Lower. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Moving the body with the breath. One more. Rolling cobra. And release. Bring the hands in front, make a pillow for your head, bend the knees, and windshield wiper the legs. Okay, next you're gonna grab your strap. If you don't have a strap, don't worry. You can use your dish towel, or you can even do this without the prop. So hold the loop side in one hand, and then slide your hand out wide. So we're going to do the same thing with this rolling locust, just like the rolling cobras. But you're going to bring your arms back. If you need to know what to do, watch me first. Exhale the breath. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4. Lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to lift. 2, 3, 4. Lower. 2, 3, 4. Inhale to lift. Bring the arms back. Exhale to lower. Very good. Release the strap. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper the legs. Very good. Come back into a tabletop. Next is the headstand. So if you do not practice headstand, that's okay. You can come into the hare pose, the H-A-R-E hare, not H-A-I-R, rounding the back and staying here. If you're working on the headstand, you can follow me. If you know what you're doing, go ahead. Also, if you've mastered the headstand, try to do the lotus headstand. I'll talk you through that. So bring your hands back, making a shelf. The elbows are at 90 degrees. Lift the knees and walk forward. One knee to the outside of each arm. Once you are very confident and feel the weight distributed evenly, bring one knee to the chest and then split the legs. Don't forget about the abdominals. They're supporting. Now, once you're lifted, you can wrap Bring one ankle as close as you can to the hip crease, and then wrap the legs. You can take half lotus too, if that's better. Eventually full lotus. Then you can do some pikes. Bend the knees, bend at the hips. Bring your knees close to your arms. That's not required. You just do your inversion. Good job, Hallie. All right. Take 2 more breaths, and then child's pose. When you're ready, Balasana. The arms are at the sides, the forehead is down. Transitioning onto your back and preparing for either supported shoulder stand or full shoulder stand. This is the queen of the poses. So the block comes underneath of the sacrum for supported, or you could just take your legs up the wall, or full shoulder stand, the hands on either side of the spine. And you're balancing on your shoulders. There should not be neck pain here. Should feel like you are stacking the bones in this inversion. If you're in supported, make sure your ankles are over your hips and allow this pose to settle. This is very good for resting the veins in the legs. Sarvangasana, the shoulder stand. Space between your eyebrows, your focus. Slowly coming down, bring your feet down. We're not going to do the plow because you're going to go into the bridge pose from here. This is actually one of Dharma's favorites. He goes from shoulder stand to bridge or wheel. So from your shoulder stand, you're coming into the bridge or supported bridge, or take wheel pose. Allow there to be some energy through your feet and come into your back bend. Stay here. And release. Let the knees fall into one another and windshield wiper your legs. If you would like to be on the relaxation train, take your feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. If you'd like to try the wheel or do another bridge, optional for you. So take all the time you need to get prepared. Exhale the breath and come up. Come to the top of the head first maybe, and then push all the way up. If you'd like to do wheel push-ups, bring the head closer to the middle of the mat. Bring your head to the mat and then push up. Very good. Come up on your toes. Very good. Back bending. And then everyone meeting in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. One hand over the heart, one hand over the belly. Breathe here. Imagine that you can not only breathe through the nose and the mouth, but you can breathe through all the pores of your skin. Bend the knees, bring both knees into the chest and rock side to side. Then begin rocking on the spine and so that you can come up to seated. Do it about 3 times. Extend your legs. Bring your right foot across, hug the knee in, and then either stay in this hug or bring the arm outside of the thigh and turn for the spinal twist. Make sure your left foot's flexed. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to turn. The eyes are open so you can exercise your ocular muscles. And return to center. Switching sides, right leg straight, cross the left foot over, hug the knee in, right arm by the ear, and then turn. You're turning the same direction as the leg that is bent. Come back to center, onto your back, the happy baby, full happy baby, rocking back and forth, massaging the lower back and the kidneys, and then find Shavasana. So you're going to be on your back for deep relaxation. Take all the time you need to find your positioning on the back. If you have any pillows or blankets that you like to have nearby, use them now. Shavasana is where the whole practice integrates. You can undergo deep relaxation and heal the body, mind, and spirit. Bring all your attention to your left hand. Allow the left hand to be heavy. Left arm and shoulder sinking down. Right hand, right arm and shoulder. No sensation. Left foot, leg and hip. No sensation. Right foot, tingling, vibrating, full of energy. Now allow it to be heavy. Right leg and hip sinking down. Pelvic region, abdomen loose. Rib cage and chest. Your back sinking down. Head, neck, and scalp free of tension. Face without expression. Eyes sink deep into the sockets. Jaw and tongue loose. Not a word to say. Leave your body and breath to rest. Imagine seeing yourself as if from above, full of peace and joy. Allow this to wash over you. This overwhelming feeling of abundance. You have everything you need inside. Now rest in the bliss of this knowledge. Feel your breath and feel your body. Begin to make any small movements or stretches you like. In your own way, in your own time, without rushing. Turn to one side, and when you feel ready, come back to a seat without disruption to your peace. As you arrive in your seat, bring your hands together, maybe rubbing them gently, generating friction and helping bring both sides of the brain together. And then hands the center of the chest. Taking a moment to silently send gratitude and loving kindness toward your fellow yogis and all those that may be suffering today. And also gratitude and loving kindness for yourself, for making the time and space to practice yoga and to feel a little bit more connected to your inner peace and wisdom. It is my true honor and pleasure to share this practice with you. I have love in my heart for each of you. Everyone be well and stay well. Thank you.